In the dark corners of Japan, hidden in the misty mountains, dense forests, and even the shadows of the bustling cities, there are creatures so terrifying they've haunted the minds of generations. These beings are known as yokai, demons, spirits, monsters, and supernatural entities that have existed for centuries. Some of them lurk in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Others, they say, can control the elements, manipulate minds, or bring death itself. But what are these creatures? Where do they come from? And why do their dark legends still send chills down our spines today? Brace yourself, because we're about to venture deep into the world of yokai, where ancient myths blur the line between life and death, and the true horrors of Japan's folklore are about to be unleashed. Keep watching if you dare. Yokai have been a part of Japanese culture for over 1,000 years. Their origins can be traced to early Japanese mythology and Shinto beliefs, where they were seen as manifestations of nature's unpredictable and terrifying forces. From the mischievous tengu, bird-like creatures with the ability to control the wind, to the malevolent kappa, a water demon that drags unsuspecting victims into rivers, yokai embody the unknown and dangerous forces of nature that lurk just beyond our understanding. But the origin of yokai goes back to the gods themselves. According to ancient Japanese mythology, the very first yokai were born from the gods. The god Izanagi, after returning from the land of Yomi, the underworld, performed a purification ritual to cleanse himself from the darkness he encountered there. As he dried his body, something remarkable happened. Each drop of water that fell from him didn't just touch the earth, it imbued it with supernatural power. With every drop that fell, strange and powerful beings began to emerge from the land. The very first yokai. These creatures were born from the boundary between life and death, created by the power of the gods themselves. Born of the divine, these yokai were not just myths, but manifestations of the spiritual and natural forces that shaped Japan's very landscape. Some of these beings would become protectors of nature. Others would embody fear, chaos, and death itself. Not all yokai are the same, and over the years, they've been classified into different categories. This classification helps us understand their nature and behavior better. The first category is oni, often depicted as large, fearsome demons with horns and sharp claws. Oni are notorious for terrorizing villages and eating humans. They represent chaos, destruction, and the wrath of the gods. Then we have yurei, restless spirits of the dead. These are the ghosts of those who died with unfinished business or in unnatural ways. Yurei are often seen in white burial kimono with long, unkempt hair and empty eyes, seeking revenge or closure. Another common classification is tengu, bird-like creatures often associated with mountain forests. They are known for their mischief and martial arts skills. While sometimes viewed as protectors, tengu can also be tricksters, testing the humans who wander into their domains. Finally, there are the kappa, like the one we discussed earlier. These water creatures are part of Japanese folklore, often feared for their power to drag people into rivers. Now that we understand the categories of yokai, let's dive into some of the most famous yokai from Japanese folklore. The kappa, a creature often depicted as humanoid, with green skin and a water-filled dish on its head. The kappa lurks in rivers, challenging humans to sumo wrestling matches. If you lose, it will drag you under the water, drowning you. But there's a catch. If you bow to a kappa, it will bow back in respect, causing the water in its dish to spill. And once that happens, the kappa loses its power. Next is the kitsune, the shape-shifting fox spirit. Kitsune are revered as protectors of sacred shrines, but they also possess the power to deceive and seduce. Some kitsune are believed to possess humans, taking on their form and living among them, often in the guise of a beautiful woman. However, kitsune aren't always friendly. Some are tricksters, using their powers to manipulate and cause chaos among humans. But perhaps the most chilling yokai is the Joragumo, the spider woman. This creature lures unsuspecting victims to their doom, using her beauty to captivate them before transforming into a monstrous spider and trapping them in her deadly web. With the ability to weave illusions, the Joragumo is both a seductress and a deadly predator, blending the lines between human and monstrous. While these yokai may have originated in ancient times, their influence can still be seen today in pop culture. From anime to video games, yokai have evolved into symbols of fear and fascination worldwide. In shows like Natsume's Book of Friends and Mononoke, yokai are portrayed as both guardians and threats, representing the complex relationship between the human world and the supernatural. They're no longer just terrifying monsters, but also characters that explore themes of nature, spirituality, and the unknown. Modern films like Spirited Away and The Tale of the Princess Kaguya have also introduced yokai to global audiences, further cementing their place in contemporary storytelling. From eerie to beautiful, yokai captivate us with their mystery, complexity, and symbolism. From the terrifying kappa to the mysterious kitsune, the world of yokai is filled with strange and fascinating creatures. These beings are a reflection of the fears, mysteries, and wonders of Japan's natural world and its ancient spiritual beliefs. So, what yokai would you be most afraid to meet? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more dark tales from history and myth.